Stempian live with Droppin the Hammah.
What is up, chat?
He's got a freaking stick in his USB, but you know what I mean.
I'm dropping the hammer.
No, you're not.
Or chat, you have a great night. Love y'all. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dropping the Hammah, talking four wide on this lovely Tuesday evening. I'm joined by some fantastic guests. Obviously, here joining me on the Dropping the Hammah podcast. We're talking four wide. Everybody, go ahead and introduce yourself because I just don't feel like introducing everybody. So go ahead. We'll start from the top left and make our way down.
You stopped streaming. Who's top left?
Oh, it's Craig.
Yeah, I'm Craig, the driver of the 13. This is my 7th four-wide season, part of the Murray Reedy Motorsports boys, and yeah, we had a good race last night. Not last night, last week, sorry. But yeah, pretty much just the driver of the 13.
Driver of the number 13, and then next to him is the driver of the number 88.
Yeah, my name is Mikey Neal. I drive the 88 in this 4-wide league. I think it is my one and probably a quarter of the season, I would say. But yeah, I've been on iRacing for about 8 years now, and I'm still here racing.
Still here racing. And then right next to him, driver of the number 42.
Chris Bishop, Murray Reedy Motorsports. Run the 42 car. You'll only see me on the podcast because you don't usually see me on the broadcast. I'm toward the back.
He's going to win this year. Don't worry, everybody.
No.
And then we got the league owner.
How y'all doing? Tyler Murray, driver of the number 36 Dart Without Feathers. Definitely wrecked the three people on the white flag lap, including my teammate who was trying to repay a favor win. Sorry, Benson. Yeah. Glad to be here.
And then, obviously, your race winner last week. Driver of the number 8. Me. And then one of my teammates. And then number 28.
Porter.
He's too cool. Too cool for a cam.
Too cool.
We got a nasty picture for him, though. Sorry, Jaden. I keep cutting you off.
You're all good. Jaden Porter, driver to 28, Buckeye Open Racing Chevrolet. I had a terrible race last week, and I'm here to talk about it.
We are going to recap that. And then the heartbreak. Every time I witness a super speedway race for this man in that number 38, it's got to be something about the number 38. He seems to always lose on the last lap. Kyle Benson joined us last week. Say hi, everybody, Kyle.
Hello, my name is Kyle Benson. I am held here against my will, and Tyler Murray is currently scraping me out of turn 4 wall.
And they are teammates, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
No, not unfortunately.
Wow, unfortunately.
He's going to test out free agency. He keeps talking like this.
Well, you know, it's going to be one of those things. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody tuning in on Twitch and YouTube. We are live on both on this fantastic Tuesday evening. Let's get right into it. Daytona. Overall, it's a good race for most. Maybe. Not for a few, but we had some ups and downs. We had 6 green, white, checkered laps in the session. Tyler tried messing everybody up. On that one, trying to screw up fuel strategy.
Well, funny story about that, real quick. So I was originally going to do unlimited green white checkers for this year to to get us to a point where we have green flag finish, because normally at least once a year, normally pretty early on, we'll burn all 3 and we'll finish under yellow, and then everybody's all upset the whole time. So I was going to do unlimited. Turns out in iRacing, unlimited is not an option. So the max you could do was 15, and I didn't like that number. So I picked 6, and I completely forgot to say it in the pre-race chat. So definitely knew it the whole race, and as we were getting towards the end, obviously me and Reedy did a different strategy. We were trying to calculate some fuel, and he was calculating for 3 green-white checkers. I was like, there's not 3 green-white checkers. He said, what do you mean? I was like, there's 6. I completely forgot to say that. At that point, it was just too late. So we took fuel for 3 green-white checkers, to be fair to everybody else. I was going to run out if we went another green-white checker.
I think I was going to make it.
Even without pitting?
Oh, no. No. I'm saying after we pitted. You guys had a different strategy. I mean, Reedy don't count because his blinking in and out saves him fuel. So that really doesn't count. We can't measure Reedy's.
Confirm or deny.
Yeah, no, that's alleged. That's a slander campaign. He definitely wasn't blinking at all. I didn't see it once.
And we know, Lost and Peel in the chat today wanted us to bring that up. Some connectivity issues. So it was a race that had it all for the opener. I guess, that we'll lead right into that. Being a league owner. Now, myself, my opinion, I'd let somebody race until it really got bad, obviously, right? And then be like, listen, bud, you got to drop to the back. It is what it is. At what point do you eventually say, man, you just got to go back? I'm sorry. Can't do it anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the hard parts to kind of gauge. That's why it's such a benefit having the entire admin team that we do have and all being on the same team. Over the years, we've done a really good job of keeping it fair and completely unbiased based on who it was. But normally, Kyle and Reedy will run up front. Craig will run about 7th to 10th, and me and Bishop are back there messing with the squirrels. So we got guys all over the place that are kind of seeing what's going on. So when somebody bikes up and complains about a blink, normally one of us has eyes on it, and we can gauge how bad it is. It's really what it boils down to. We've never had a serious issue. I don't know what it was with Daytona this week. It was a lot worse than anything that we've dealt with the blinking. And it's definitely something that we're in the process of discussing an amendment to the rule book in terms of what to do with the blinking. I think we have a slight rule that says, like, if an admin tells you get out of line, go to the back, you got to go to the back. It's a free league, man. I'm not here to park people. People bring family members out to watch the streams, broadcasts, and root for them and stuff like that. And it's something as simple as your mom's cooking an empanada in the microwave, causing you to blink. I don't want to park you for that. It's not. I don't want to ruin your race because of a couple blinks. And it's a really fine line to do, but I think over the years that not just myself, but the entire admin team has built up the trust and the respect of the drivers in the league to make the correct decision, even if at the time it's the wrong decision, to find a way to adjust it and make it better and just add to the rule book, try to make things as clear and concise as possible. It's definitely a difficult thing to do, but I got a great team behind me, and the decision's never just on me. We don't make a change unless the 5 of us come to a clear and concise decision. And if we're torn 50-50, something like that, we'll pull Kenneth in for a opinion to see what he thinks would look better for the broadcast, or we'll pull some of the veterans. We'll ask some of the veterans their opinion on the scenario, just so everybody's happy. And that's what we're here for. We're here to race. We're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time.
And I think you're in like a Daytona's a different animal, right? Because you're so close together. Somewhere like Auto Club or Kansas or anywhere like that, a little bit of blinking here and there ain't gonna hurt nobody. But Daytona's just such a different animal where you're gonna have people complain because you're trying to bump draft a guy who's blinking in and out, and it's tough. It's tough. So it's a tough call.
You have that happen. Sometimes you have a teammate shoot the middle of you and another teammate on lap 19 and cause a net code from 4 lanes away and wreck half the team.
I did catch that in my
that
mirror.
happens too. Yeah.
I do remember that happening.
I think somebody else in here was blinking.
Jaden. It was Jaden, right?
Somebody in here. Yeah, somebody calls the big one. Somebody calls somebody to go upside down.
Jaden had that one time.
One-time blink.
It was a one-time blink for Jaden.
That blink was probably the craziest blink I've ever seen though, because I was pushing you, Steven? At that point, was I right behind you in line? Somebody.
Yes.
I think I was right behind you, and then like all of a sudden, Jaden just appeared in the middle of the turn, like just warped out of the back of your car, and I had no idea. I had no idea what was going on, and just all of a sudden, there was the 28. We all started checking up, and then I think that's when Juan wound up upside down. I think
that was the first. That would have been that was the first caution of the night. Oh no, was Zarides shoe in the middle?
No, that was the second one.
That was the second one. Okay.
Yeah, we had Jaden's blink that caused the wreck was lap 6, I believe is what it was.
Yeah, it was early, first 10 laps.
Yeah, it was definitely first 10 laps. I think, Mikey, you were following him, right?
Oh, no, I was in the back, and, I'm chilling in the back. We're going nowhere, and all I hear is, I can't see anything. And so I just hooked it left down pit road the second I heard that, and then everyone was wrecking, so I got a good laugh out of it.
Yeah, I felt bad for Juan because his first, I think, 4 laps of 4-wide competition, he ended on his roof.
I mean, that entire team, I give that entire Dark Horse Racing team some credit. They came out of nowhere. Obviously, Trevor and Craig were here last year, Craig Rowe. But yeah, they came out of nowhere. They really showed some great team effort and were working really well together. And it surprised me how well through the duels and the Daytona race that they were working together and always up front.
Yeah, the duels, they were very strong in the duels.
Yeah, I remember they were lined up 4 or 5 deep in that second duel, and they were just better.
They were just on the top, and you couldn't get around them. They were all 4 lined up on the top.
Yeah, and it's difficult with 2 people. Just imagine 4; it's just twice as hard because you can just time that out real well.
Shout out in the YouTube chat. Murray's mustache is looking spectacular this evening. I do have to say that is the highlight of this podcast tonight.
Yeah, they're asking in the Twitch chat right now if I own a white van. I do not.
Murray's been using it to great effect lately for comedic effect.
White panel van. I picture him with a vinyl van.
Shag picture. No, we're not showing that picture. No. We're not showing the Mike Helton picture.
Oh hell.
Yeah, it's a little diabolical.
I'm already upset that that's on Twitter. I was going to take it down. I was like, yeah, you know what?
Forget it. Let them have fun with it.
Nah, it's sometimes you just gotta pop the mustache off and rock with it.
He's growing it for the Phillies. Side note, shout out Kyle Schwarber. Red Sox used to have a guy like that. Heard on the radio, 37 home runs, over 100 runs batted in. Just side note, not to get sidetracked, but I saw the Phillies jersey. I was like, damn, man, I missed that motherfucker.
The Cubs used to have somebody like that, too?
Yeah, Cubs did, yep. Yeah, Cubs, Red Sox.
Yeah, they sure did. Took us to the World Series.
Fucking what, cocksucker? There it is. Number 1 of the night, cocksucker.
You gotta get like a counter in the corner. Where you just gotta hit the button every
bing,
time
bing, bing. But no, overall,
like Reedy's blink counter.
Overall, it was a great race. I mean, you had your long stretch of runs, where it was tight racing, where you really couldn't do too much. I know I got stuck on the bottom a lot, which was very unfortunate. That was.
It was really weird transition for me because. I mean, we obviously haven't run the next gen since Season 5, but Season 6, you could pull out and start a second lane in the Xfinity car, and there was just nothing you could do with that side draft, especially when we're trying to save fuel at the end. And we were running 27, and there was a time, I forget who I was following, but he had like 4 car lengths in front of him. I dropped down, I lagged back to Brandon Banks was behind me. I remember because Banks got really upset with me. I backed up to Banksy, and then I tried to form a run. I had a huge run. I was going 15 miles per hour faster than him, and I got next. I ducked out. I was just trying to pick my way up one car at a time, and wound up dragging the entire second half of the pack back, and we had to work again to push back up to the front. And it was just really weird. I felt like at no point did the bottom work. And that's where you want to be if you're just trying to ride, is down low. You're trying not to get wrecked. Banks, don't tell me you weren't mad in the chat. I know you were mad.
He's over here cussing you out and shit.
He said, "What the F are we doing?" When I made the move, and as soon as I made the move, I tried to get as far away from him as possible, and just drop the yellow line and go to the back and not side draft him. And I was side drafting him for 4 lanes away. I was like, I was out of the gas. You can go look at my what is it, telemetry. I was completely out of gas, just trying to not drag the line back.
Got some shout outs out there. Brandon saying he was, but there was some interesting racing. I mean, I forget where most of you started, but I know I started 26, so I was right in the middle of things for a good portion, but eventually made my way up into the top 10, and then you go back to the 20th, and it's Daytona. That's what usually happens. And you didn't really have one guy that led a lot of laps, except for Nicholas. He had that 27 laps. So that was kind of when we were all waiting on fuel strategy. That was during that fuel strategy run where everybody was trying to lay back and conserve as much as they can. Which actually brings me to that point with I know we kind of touched on it real quick, Tyler. On that run, when you and Reedy, it was just you two that went in, right, by yourselves?
Yeah, so we were running back there. I think I was 30th and he was like 33rd. We were pretty far towards the back, and Reedy just hopped on. He was like, "Why don't we try a Talladega strategy to this?" Which is what me and Benson did last year at Talladega when we went flag to flag. We were trying to save fuel, and all of a sudden I was leading the line the majority of the time at Talladega, and I was going to be like 5 laps short. And I was telling Kyle, I'm like, I'm going to be short. And Kyle just said, "All right, let's just gun it and gap them." And we were gapping the field by 2 seconds a lap until I ran out of fuel, and we came down and topped off, and we came out. We won Talladega. We finished 1-2 by like 13 seconds.
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9, yeah, something like
and
that.
At that point, we were messing around with one of the drunks that was 2 laps down and had already cleaned out 3 of our teammates. And Kyle told me to slow down and get away from him, and he dropped our pace way back. I don't think he realizes that if he wanted to, he could have backed us all the way up to the field. But yeah, it was like we were running back there, and Reedy was just like, why are we just going to ride here? He was like, there's not a scenario where we're going to win from 27th. And I was like, it makes sense to me. I was like I'm down. Let's just go. Let's just pit, see what happens. And luckily we got that timely yellow. I don't even remember what brought out that caution, but oh, you know what? I know. It was lag. It was the net code, and Lawson Peel's internet took a crap. And Mr. complained about everybody else's. Wrecked the field. Thank you, Lawson. You gave me a chance to win. Not normally how you do that, but at least you gave me a chance. But yeah, it just worked out the amount of fuel that we needed. We were able to stay on the lead lap. We didn't know if we were going to get a lap down or if we were going to stay on the lead lap or what was going to happen. We just out of nowhere decided to pit.
That was I don't know where you guys all were. Mikey, Craig, I'm not too sure what you guys were saying, Chris, as far as the fuel strategy, but I know I was talking to Jane. I was like, Jane, you were behind me, right? Yeah. I'm like, why are you lagging back so much? If you just get up on me and we, have the draft a little bit, we can conserve a little bit better. And we were saving a little bit when we decided to do that, but we were already 5-6 laps short by then. But
it didn't really matter considering the caution came out, but I don't know why our team in general didn't think of just Talladega and doing that same strategy and just trying to gap the field. And then when you come down and top up, you come out like ahead of you just gain so much time. I don't know why we didn't think of that. because we had 30 laps to do it.
We were so spread out. I mean, we were.
Yeah, that was the problem.
Yeah.
You and Kyle were like 7th and 10th, and
You're-
me
yeah,
and
we're
Rudy,
right
like I
behind
said,
each
we
other,
we were like 30th, and I don't even remember where Chris was. I think Chris was.
I was the whole
damaged.
race. I was trying to repair from the first accident, from the first
Yeah.
caution. I was trying to repair the whole race. I was going in every time I had a chance.
I mean, and then me being the dumbass I was ducking out of line and trying to cause problems. I was like 2 laps short.
Let's cause a wreck.
Yeah, no, back a little bit further back, I think we were good. I think Lawson and back, we had all pitted, and I think we were 2 laps to the good. And I was telling Ethan, I was like, I feel good going out of line here. Let's make a move. And then we ended up going down to the bottom, so I felt pretty good about our chances there. And the second we went down to the bottom, we had that lag switch hit with Lawson, and then that caused that caution on lap 88. But I think further on back, probably from 11th on back, we were completely good on fuel. At least should have been, because I think I was good by about 2 or so laps.
So,
Yeah. I was in the same boat roughly. I know Craig was like, I think Craig
I
was.
was at least 1 lap to the good, but the problem
Yeah.
was is that Forrester was kind of lagging back, but he was like holding the gap steady. So we kind of just sat there and we didn't go and fill
And then
that
he
gap
just-
soon
he
enough.
like-
And then
he
all
like-
of a sudden he dropped anchor, and it was like, well, we got to go now, like,
Yeah.
and just pray we don't run out of fuel, like, otherwise this top lead pack's going to get away because he's just dropping anchor in front of us.
Yeah, and at that point, I was thinking that we were good, because I was like, let's just go around everyone. But we were like, no, let's just stay here. We'll be just fine, so we could save fuel until like the last 10 laps or so. But yeah, it ended up kind of biting us in the back anyway. So
our biggest problem was on that restart. There were so many cars by that point in the race with 30 to go that had collected some type of damage that they were trying to repair. It was like 20th on back had damaged race cars, and I don't remember exactly where the line was, but something happened, and the pack split in two, and the whole like 20th and forward got all single file lined up against the wall and started chugging, and we couldn't get lined up back there quick enough, and we lost the draft. And eventually we all got in line and got back up there, but at that same time the entire front half of the field was able to save the fuel. And I was the one dragging the line because nobody wanted to push Reedy. And I mean,
Can't say I blame him.
yeah, I mean, he knows it. We all know it. And, he's working on trying to find a solution for that. I think he was cutting holes in his drywall trying to run Ethernet cord earlier this weekend.
You get one of those 100-foot Ethernet cables, man.
Yeah.
That's what I've been telling him, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen to me.
I told him
It's
to Amazon.
Amazon.
Router.
It's
I told him
fucking-
to put the router in the room. I don't know.
He's
put it
tried
right next
yeah,
to the
that's a good solution.
Boosters,
That's what I did.
and he's tried all kinds of stuff to help it out, but the only
He-
thing that's going to help him is an Ethernet cable.
I'm pretty sure he lives between a broken down Ford Ranger and a moonshine distiller in the middle of the woods. I'm pretty sure those are his two neighbors. He lives in the middle of nowhere, so he has terrible internet connection. He can't even watch TV. So that's rough for him, but
He still gets it done.
he's normally not that bad. Like, he blinks, but he's not. You're not warping in and out of it. It's just the nature of, I think, having 40-something cars out there and
Yeah.
it being a patch night and everything like that. iRacing just all of a sudden just throwing a patch out on everybody. There's nothing. I mean, I'm not going to postpone the race a week. We got like 3 weeks built into the schedule for any problems that we have with iRacing. I'm not going to waste it on them sending a patch out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean,
Especially because I just ready to race.
everybody's ready to race at that point, when you guys all decided to pit, so we were kind of talking on that strategy where you guys all most of you guys came in, and I was like, you know what, fuck this track position with 30 to go, I'm staying up here in fourth or third, wherever the fuck I was, and I'm like, we'll get another caution. There's no way this is gonna go green. And I was balls to the wall for a little bit. I'm like, screw it. Fuck it. I mean, I made my bet. I'm staying up here until fucking something happens. And if I run out, I run out. It is what it is. But it was interesting to see, I think, from me on back, or maybe Jaden. What position were you in then, Jaden, when that last, before that long run came out, that caution?
Before the long run?
Yeah, like right when everybody, we had a lot of people come in.
I was somewhere in the top 5, I think.
Okay. Yeah, so you might have been like right behind me then.
Yeah.
And I remember queuing out the mic. I'm like, fuck it. I'm staying out. I don't give a shit what anybody does. And if they go in, they go in. And like literally after me and you all went in. And I'm like, huh? Well, it is what it is at this point. I mean, I'd rather have the track position. I finally got up here, but man, if that caution didn't come out, I would have loved to see how it shook out. Who saved the best and see what happened. But
It would have been interesting.
nice job, Lawson. Great fucking job. That's what he gets for talking shit the whole night about fucking blinking. But no, I would have loved to see how that would have played out. I mean, obviously, I'm happy it played out the way it did, but no, it would have been interesting to see who could have saved the best and who was going to be able to make it on that run. But there's a lot of factors on that, You get to the end, and then you have people starting to pit, and you're going to get caution anyway. Something's going to happen. It's just guarantee at that point. Oh, he didn't blink. Oh, so my apologies. I didn't watch the replay. Quotations. But no, it was an overall good race. And then obviously, once that last caution come out, you throw everything out that happened. Something was going to happen. It was going to be craziness. And I remember nobody on here is a teammate with Colin, right? At all?
No.
Okay.
There's no stonks or affiliates of stonks in here.
You guys are bums for not coming on. There was a portion where like I was in the top 4th or 5th after that yellow came out, that Lawson cost, and I fell back to like 16th or 17th. Somebody was slow in front of us. There was a checkup. I think Tyler, you were kind of around me too. I fell back. And Colin just followed me back up from like 18th. I'm slicing and dicing back up to like 7th, I think it was, or 6th. And I said it on the broadcast in my interview after I won. That was the move for me of the race, was falling that far back and just slicing and dicing and taking people 3 wide. I went from top to middle, back to top to bottom to get back up into the top 10. And it was just so quick how fast you fell back on that last,
especially on the bottom.
Oh man, you had one person that just couldn't hold a line, or got squiggly and couldn't handle a bump. Everything got checked up, and then just the top was rolling, and then you got the guys taking it middle 3 wide and slowing it down even more. That was fucking fantastic, if you ask me, because I'm not in too many races where you can, you see a lot of 3 wide, and people are taking 3 wide, and they're able to hold fucking 3 wide, unless you're Reedy. Wouldn't that go? Love you, Reedy.
He held it his internet.
But no, it was great. I wish I could fucking pull up the replay of that, because it was just fucking. You just had to be in my car. Whoa, watching how I maneuvered, and Colin was just along for the ride. I think I queued up, and I was like, Colin, we're fucking slicing and dicing there. Fell back, but that was some good shit.
That was the thing about the middle all night, too, though, is it was like, oh, we lost Craig.
Oh, Craig!
Hey, what's going on?
Craig!
There we go.
You're messing things up, Craig, is what's up.
Where'd he go? There he is. He's back.
Should be good now.
We're good.
But yeah, the thing with like the middle, if you could get 2 or 3 guys to go with you, and you build up a large enough run, you could completely stall out
you
that
can
bottom.
fuck up both lanes, to be honest.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you start pulling them apart, and you just go straight to the front, and there were so many people that were just leaving it wide open. It was like an invitation, and I don't hold it against Reedy on lap 20 when he tried to shoot it.
Oh, you got to.
I was about to go right after him.
Yeah, it was about to be Reedy go, and then Craig was going to drop down, and I was coming behind both of them. And Reedy went, and then Craig turned, and then right across my nose, and I was like, shit. And
you could see in the replay, too, I was like getting out of his way. I was giving him some extra room. And you just see my rear go around.
That was crazy. That was honestly one of the biggest netcodes I've ever seen.
Good old iRacing.
Lawson just standing in the corner screaming at himself about the internet.
Fucking goddamn internet. It was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. It's a good season opener. Obviously, you guys coming back to next gen. You know.
I mean, the race itself, I was truthfully surprised how well those cars held up when you took a hit.
Yeah.
I repaired several times.
The last time that I drove the next gens, I remember it was like if you brushed the wall, you were screwed for the race. And I think there was 4 drivers that, based on the rule book, didn't get a penalty for their incident points. Yeah, it was. Let's see.
I know I had the least because I think I was the only person that got a bonus point for having less than 6x.
Yes, Mikey's the only one that got a bonus point for having less than 6x. Believe it or not, the second least was actually Eric Schaefer.
What?
That's an incident point champion right there. He had 7. Good old farmer there. And then Benson and Trevor Haley had 8, and then Steven had 10, and then everybody else in the field got a penalty.
That's
Every
fucking
other
wild.
driver did.
I had to repair
it's crazy.
a minute, like 4 or 5 times.
I think I was on like 4 wrecks.
I was lucky the whole race. Everything that was happening was around me. It was like rearview mirror or in front of me, and it was like, all right.
I had to be one of the few cars without damage there for the longest time because I never got hit. If you go back and watch the replays of the wrecks, I'm flying through the grass, almost hitting people and stuff, but I never did. And I was fine. The only thing is during the duels, so I think it was the second duel, I was in the lead, or I was leading the bottom line. I think I got turned by, I don't remember who it was, but I got turned in front of the field, and my finger got stuck in the wheel. And so I ended up breaking my finger. It was like really swollen. I had to go get it looked at the next day, and whatever. So I was like, fine. But the one thing that I couldn't do is like I couldn't wrap my hand around the bottom of the wheel because like my finger stuck out. So whenever like that wreck happened, the only place I could go was up into the wall, and I got pinched. And I unfortunately hit the only bad thing about the car is that whenever you get hit right in the wheel, automatically breaks the suspension right away. And that was like the only thing that really kind of killed me there at the end. But the cars, like, they seem like if you brush the wall compared to like the Xfinity or trucks, like once you hit the wall in those, you automatically start slowing down. It makes the car a little bit looser and all that. But with these cars, like, it just seems like there's nothing. You could have 3 minutes of damage and you'll be just fine in Daytona, which is kind of crazy.
Thanks.
Yeah, it really depended on where you hit. You know what part of the car got damaged.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can vouch for Mikey going through the grass because I think for the first 60 laps of the race until I got caught up in the big one and got turned back up the track, me and him were in the grass right next. We were running side by side the whole race, and me and him were just dirt tracking through the grass every single caution. And I was like, it's just confidence of who you're around. You know, you look up in your mirror, you see the 88 car going down in the grass, and you're like, I can go down there. He's probably not going to run me over. There's some other drivers that you look up in your mirror and you know they're behind you. They could be 15 cars behind you, but you just see the wreck happening. You're like, they're going to come from somewhere. The missiles are coming, and we need to get off the racetrack. But
Keelan, freaking Tyler's taking all my words, so I'm letting him talk. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah. Kyle's saving it for when we get down to the last lap. That's what he's just in there.
Hey, what happened there? I don't know.
Oh, we can't talk about it. Supposedly somebody out there's got an ad break. I don't know. Fucking stupid ad breaks, man.
Yeah, we can't,
Goddamn, we're breaking our flow here. What's going on? Fucking cocksuckers.
Broadcaster.
Bashing goddamn ad breaks. Ruining everything.
Watching the Yankees.
Hey, you let me know when the ad break is done, and we'll come right back.
I was going, no, he's watching an ad.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out when he says, all right, I'm back. Oh, we're back.
Yeah,
we're back. I was going to say, it can't be that long of an ad. Twitch got to get their money somehow.
Craig got a flashbang going on in his room.
Nice B-Dubs ad. Nice. Again, I'm gonna have to get them to sponsor a car or something for me. Yeah, let's get right into the kind of. I mean, anything else that we really didn't cover? I mean, obviously it's Daytona. Daytona's Daytona.
We cover Lawson Reckon. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it definitely
Hey,
cost
remember
us.
when Lawson wrecked?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
I think I remember that.
When Lawson
Yeah.
completely changed the status of the race.
Mhm.
We're gonna have a fuel run to the end, and Lawson was like, "No, we're not."
Yeah.
He's blaming
The
it on
lag
other
switch.
people.
Fucking he did it on purpose. I've been bitching about everybody else. I'm gonna hit it.
Yeah, he hit the parking brake. That's what he hit. Car stopped enough.
Put an R for race mode.
Oh, we didn't cover whose internet caused my wreck.
We did.
I thought we did.
Get bent. I don't know. We went. I think me and
Who's
Tyler.
in there calls yours? I don't remember your wreck. You're talking about in the duel?
I think he's talking about the one that he got junked in, where like kind of net coded him backwards. I think it was just. Cause
No,
there was a
Austin.
glitch.
I was lost.
the-
Not
Yeah.
go to backwards.
Yeah, the lap 88 one. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
I don't
there
know. It was because like there was a significant difference between the cars. Like there was at least probably like a quarter of a car length between them, and it's just like the second they went into the corner, it was just like a rubber band just shot him straight backwards into the car behind him. And yeah, I don't know.
I think that was more like the iRacing glitch. I've been seeing that like all over Twitter.
Yeah, like
Or,
it
where
wasn't
the
it wasn't even
speedways.
it wasn't even like a net code because like net code, I mean like you're pretty far away from each other and it moves the car. His car just completely stopped. Like he lost 15 miles an hour right away in the middle of the
Yeah,
corner.
it's like he hit,
It looked like it
a
washed the
ball.
front end out on the replay. It looked like his front end just washed out for no reason. It was
Yeah,
weird.
it was
What wreck
definitely
are you
just an
talking about?
error.
The one where Lawson was behind, I don't know what number wreck it was, where it was in the race, but we were looking at it in the review.
Yeah, that wreck's lap 89, but Steven said something about his wreck, didn't he?
No, he was reading in the chat.
Yeah,
Lawson
no,
put
no,
that.
yeah, I lost it.
Oh, okay. Okay, we did lost it.
I was
We
one of
did.
the lucky ones that wasn't involved in anything all night.
I didn't think you were.
Mm-mm.
Didn't you do something in the duels? Didn't you like go?
I
dirt
blew
track
my
around the
engine.
apron on the
They
duel?
blew his
I blew my
engine.
engine and dirt track down the apron so you guys didn't get fucked.
I've done that. A time
Had
or
that
two, but
cranked.
no.
Were we all talking about a different wreck a minute ago?
No, I was trying to figure it out, Lawson. We were talking about your wreck, buddy.
Yeah, we were trying to talk
We were
about
talking about when you slipped and hit the lag.
I know there was one instance when Reedy was pushing me on the bottom and like he meshed like into my rear bumper.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Kept on shoving as usual because you know he doesn't lift.
Well, I mean,
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
We can't see, and it's.
It was
such
in the race review, so
a- Yeah.
we remember it.
No, it was such a hard spot. I mean, to get anything going, the third car had to be on the second car. You had to literally be pushing the pusher to make anything work. So I don't blame him for like pushing so hard that he was pushing Reedy through me, but he legitimately pushed Reedy through me. So I get it. I get what he was trying to do. I mean, we were trying to be aggressive. I think it was like lap 7? No, it was like earlier than that.
I think it was lap 65.
Yeah, 65. It was like because Reedy.
I don't know. I didn't write a really good description because somebody was screaming dumb shit in the race review.
I wonder who that was. Anyway,
fight.
Meatball.
fucking God.
I'm happy I turned you.
You want me to say it? Fucking
Say it.
cocksucker.
There we go.
That's
That's
three.
three.
That's
three.
we're up to 3. See if we can get up to 10 tonight.
Because make anything on the bottom, you literally had 3 cars like just shoving the hell at each other. So I mean,
That was the other crazy thing to me is in the Xfinity car, if you were third in line, you touched the car in front of you, there's a 99% chance you were causing a wreck unless you were in
Absolutely.
chat with 2 guys in front of you and locked up. And I've even seen it in other next-gen leagues where the third car in line has wrecked the 2 guys in front of him by pushing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I was pushing dog shit at people from like 8th in line, pushing the hell out of everybody. And
Yeah, and you
That
can
car
actually
is
push
surprisingly
people.
stable.
Yeah, you could push people like into
Just
the
not on
entry
the right
corners
rear.
too.
you can't push them on the exit of 4 or on the right rear.
Yeah.
2 cardinal
I-
sins. One of
I've
them did
noticed
that
with
one.
the next gen, if you're second in line, it's hard to break the bubble unless that third guy pushes
Yeah.
you through the
Mhm.
bubble.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're like pulling like every stop you know, and you still can't break the bubble. It's like,
If
it's
your line is only as good as the third guy. If that third guy is not pushing and keeping the second guy up against the leader, that line is not going anywhere.
that's how that breakaway.
100%.
Yeah, that's how that breakaway started in that like that almost run to the end because when Forster was lagging back, I think it was Bauman, I think Dane was up
that
there.
when he let
It
all
was
those
me.
laps?
Yeah, I was third in line.
Yeah,
Was that when the
Mhm.
top was just slow
Yeah,
as
they just
hell?
pulled
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, that was when
Yeah.
Reedy went through the middle because we got sick of
Yes.
it being just
Yes.
because the bottom was doing really well. It was like the bottom should not be doing this well. Somebody in the top line is just messing around, and then Reedy went through the middle, and then all of a sudden I'm around.
No, they're talking about
Yeah,
the end of the
I
race,
think
correct?
Yeah, like
Oh, the end of the race.
later on when we were like single file.
They like checked out by like 3 seconds.
Mhm.
Well, what the fuck? Like we
Yeah,
can't.
I was pushing hard. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, because I think the first guy, like the first 5-6 cars were really just on each other pushing, and then we had a few in the back that were just trying to save it, that were like a lap or two short. And at least with this car, it's not easy to save fuel. I like with the Xfinity car, it really feels like you can save fuel over the run, but like with the Cup car, it's like you get to like a certain threshold to where you can let off all you want, but you're not saving any more fuel like on your markers and everything. So it's like once you hit like 2 laps, it's just gonna stay there the rest of the run.
Yeah,
And
that's the.
Nah, you can save.
How bad the checkups were.
Yeah, you can
Checkups
save.
were
You
good,
can
and I was
save.
in the gas the whole
You
time.
Yeah, I
can
definitely
save
think
only
you
to a
can
certain
save.
extent. Like, and it was like because like the second I hit about at 1.5 to 2 laps good, like I was off the throttle for probably the entire track. Like I don't think I ever got full throttle when I was in the back of that line, and I never gained any laps after that. I was just stuck at with like 2 laps to the good, and I think
I think it's just because of the 5-speed where you go into 5th gear, you're still at like 8,200, so
Mm.
like you're still just burning fuel. And like
I mean, your like fuel like calculator thing will start taking into factor like your fuel saving, and so it'll get accurate. Basically, you're not gonna like
gotcha.
get any extra
I get what he's
laps.
saying
I
though. What
think.
he's saying is like you go into the race, you had a set number for the amount of laps you could go,
oh yeah,
and then once it got to the point where you were trying to save, you would start trying to save, and then your fuel calculator just you could,
But it doesn't
you could,
update
in
real
theory, save
time.
2 laps. Yeah, you could in theory based on the math of how much fuel you were using per lap save 2 laps, but like you couldn't get over that threshold because I was having that same problem back in 27. That's why Austin and I wound up pitting. It's because I was like, dude, I can't save this.
Yeah,
There's
the
no
only way
way
you could save is
I
if
have
you were
to
like
lap.
sitting like 15th or like 20th behind a huge pack, and you could lay back, and you had the same guy behind you doing the same thing, and then you catch back up, lay back. But if you're using the iRacing fuel, that thing don't update until you cross the line. So you have to cross the line for it to update accurately. I noticed that in a race at Daytona a couple weeks ago that I did, because we had a long green flag run where we all thought we were gonna go the distance, and I think I saved like 4 or 5 laps by sitting 20th. But yeah,
it just, I hate when super speedway races come down to that in all seriousness.
Absolutely, it's just no fun just to sit there in a line.
mandatory caution. Everybody's got to come in. Let's go. We need
Admin caution.
we
Bring back
need
caution
chaos. We
More
love
wide
chaos.
manipulation. More
Yeah.
wide manipulation.
Fucking chaos. That's what we
Treat it
need.
just like NASCAR.
I want to watch the world burn.
You're sitting there, you'd be like, "Where's all my teammates?" You got a teammate saying, "Oh, I'm fucking 45 seconds off the field. I'm about to get lapped in 2 laps." You're like, "Spin it."
Yeah.
Your arm hurt? Loop it.
Elbow itches.
Oh man, I don't know what
Chris,
happened
go in
there.
the grass.
I feel like there was one thing the race didn't have
I'll
was a
throw it.
green flag stop.
True.
Mm.
That is
we
very
almost
true. That was
did.
not
I think we almost.
I,
did.
We almost
I've been
did,
on the
yeah.
green.
We came
Yeah,
close.
Green.
I had 2 laps one time.
Yeah, there was one I think where I had like 4 or a little bit less, and like we're all getting ready to get in the line, and then something happened. I don't remember, but
Let's see what caution calls that.
I was in the middle of the race.
I do remember that. Yes.
You know what caution calls that one?
It was like
That was the lap
50.
89 caution.
No,
No, it was.
that
way
was before that.
No, because
It was
we
one
can
where
do
the
that.
whole
Sorry.
field was close.
Sorry, it was the lap 61 caution
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
where Kip Easley got checked up bumping
Oh
number 20.
yeah,
And
yeah.
the third car in line decided to run him over. Who was that third car in line? Lawson underscore Peel.
Got
Man,
wrecked
he-
by his
he
own
was-
teammate.
Caused all the cautions.
He was on one last night. I will say he was on one
Last
last
week?
night.
Fucking
Figure out
lost
what
him.
day of the week we're in.
I already made that mistake.
Got bury
this
him. Got
night.
bury him. He's
We
not
raced
here to
6 days
defend
ago.
himself.
No, we
Oh,
raced.
he had the option to.
How about
It was
the other
wide open
night?
to everybody.
DBI pulled the stocks.
Listen, all I'm saying, I know Steven wants to move on to the green white checkered.
No. I mean, hey man, I'm having
Nobody
class.
cleaned out more cars than I did on the white flag lap.
I owe everything to Tyler.
I had 2 different drivers turn across my bumper, and I just wrecked them. I was like, I'm keeping a straight wheel.
And
I'm not lifting, I'm turning you.
here I am thinking, all right, so we're going into that green
Yeah,
white checking in.
I do want to know what your thought process was there coming through 3 and 4.
Well, let's back it up because we got back up to the restart. So you're in front of me, I think it was.
I was on the front row in front of Reedy.
Yeah, so you ended up being in front of me, and I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking push Tyler.
Is this the restart before the GWC?
No, this is second GWC.
Yeah, this is the last
Okay.
GWC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
You weren't even up there because you were back in like 10th or something, weren't you, for a while?
We were so on the initial green white checkered.
On the initial.
Yeah, because
I was the leader and I chose the outside to be in front of Reedy. And
that was the last one though. I didn't think you were on the front row.
No, that was the second to last one, and then something happened and Reedy wound up getting wrecked, and
I know what happened.
And I lost 5 or 6 spots.
Somebody got
and I was like
bottom and fucking like cleaned out like everybody behind me. Craig got it because he jumped the freaking restart.
Yeah, I was in that.
Changed lanes before the line. Can't do that.
He was penalized for it. He was penalized.
Can't park there.
All right, yeah.
Somebody pushed from 6th in line, and it turned Reedy. And then something else brought out another caution to cause
that was it.
That was the lap 97 caution, and then the lap 99 caution. It just listed as this is the description on the race review for the lap 99 caution. It says clusterfuck.
Oh yeah,
it was a clusterfuck.
Yeah, that was when Kinsey went below the line because he's an idiot and decided he wanted to pass everybody below the line. Dumbass.
No, it was on lap 97 that he did that.
No. That was the one where because they wrecked going into turn 1, didn't they? Yeah, they wrecked going into turn 1 like on the outside, and then they all came back up the track.
All I know is that cleaned Reedy out, and then I think I was on the bottom. I was 2nd or 3rd on the bottom, and Stempian was right behind me. And I remember I was like, I had a lot of confidence. I was like, I've worked with him at super speedways before. I'm pretty sure that I can go with him, and he's gonna work with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I chose the outside.
Yeah.
On Kyle. Okay.
Yeah, you chose the outside. You chose the outside on Kyle, and you guys were working together, and I think Colin was behind you. Which I got,
Colin, and then I would cover the bottom.
Yeah, you went to cover the bottom. Just left your teammate out to dry. Imagine that. It's fucking crazy.
You control both lanes. I knew Colin could push.
And I'm sitting here 4th, and I think everything opens up for me right here. Yeah. So everything opens up, and I see you, and I'm like, all right, I know he's going to be able to handle a push, so I give you a shot.
There's where it got messed up.
In 3 and 4.
In the middle.
Yep.
Yeah, I made a fucking
Colin and Benson.
Right
yeah.
here.
And then I send Rodney to the gulag.
And killed the field behind you.
See you later.
Just,
and now we're on the white flag, and I'm behind you. I'm like, all right, this is fucking beautiful because I've seen this happen before in another league where everything just goes shit. You gotta make you move. See who goes with you early, because if you know what's gonna happen early.
The hell out of Colin.
Colin tried throwing the block, you turn him. Tyler's like, screw that guy. I dive over. That was the nastiest. I just want to say, I juked you. I juked you. I juked you, buddy. Let's look. Let's look before we even get there. Hold on. I juked you. You didn't even have a chance to block me. I was like, I'm gonna go up high. I'm gonna fake him. I'm gonna come down, and then I'm gonna go. Boom.
Like, okay.
Oh, stay high. Go ahead. Give me the bottom, please.
And then you just keep throwing my shit. I'm like, all right.
I'm on the yellow. All right, there I kind of went up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck this guy, and then my teammate dumps me.
Well, somebody decided to throw one last door as I was coming up to him 10 miles per hour faster.
Yeah, fuck him.
I don't know why he threw a door at me on that last one. If he did, all he had to do was stay off me, and he would have had the win.
No,
You know?
no,
I mean, look at this.
What
Nah,
happened?
I think the 14 and 57 had a better run.
Oh yeah,
I think the only way that we could have prevented the 14 and 57 from passing
as if we all went three wide.
No, if I went 3 wide, that's the only way.
It was
Really
great.
nasty block.
I mean,
Damn, who in the chat was saying that? Damn, Jaden Porter rigged against skill issue at the end. Who said that?
Oh, yeah.
About everybody.
I never.
I had a friend maybe trolling me in the chat.
And hold on, here comes me just slowly crawling across the line. reverse,
look at the hood. Who had the hood up? Who had the hood?
That's
AJ.
AJ. That's AJ.
AJ,
Yeah.
beautiful man.
That was great.
That's beautiful.
That was a gold car.
Oh shit,
Was it?
that is
Yeah,
beautiful.
I was backwards down pit lane with the clutch pushed in and no motor.
Speaking of AJ, did you see his act of domestic terrorism with 1 lap to go?
That's just the usual AJ thing.
He used the 20 as a bulldozer to wipe like 4 cars out of the
After
race.
I already turned the 20.
Well, he had T-boned the 20 and came to almost a rest, and then he just gasses up and just takes out about 4 cars.
You know, if
No, I
It's
did
one
not
of the more
see that.
wild things I've ever seen.
I think if this thing just went green from here, I think there was a point where me and Tyler cleared the field by like a second and a half. I think it's coming out of turn 4. So you just
Oh, the bottom was not going.
Oh no.
I'm
no,
saying here,
no,
like,
no,
what
no,
do you? What's going on here? This is where I drop back, and I think I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like 12th, 13th, and I get in front of Colin because Colin left a huge gap. That white car. I'm so pissed that I had an all white car this race. I'm like, all right, what lane's gonna open up?
Me and Tyler just get hooked up, and we're just like, oh fuck it, we're just gonna go. Because that outside lane just goes away.
Yeah, he's screaming at me saying we're too far out. We're too far out. I'm like, I'm not the one that needs to lift.
Oh, look at Kinsey just under the yellow line. Yep, trying to get up.
Oh, I didn't
Yep.
see that.
Oh, dude, there was some
I did-
beef.
Four wide.
There was some beef there.
He got an EOL out of that one.
This is the 4 wide, and I think I was on the top of there, right? Was that? Yeah, I was on the very top
Yeah.
of that. I was like, what are we doing? 4 wide, all right. Then I get back in front of Colin, and I forget. I think I left a teammate out to dry.
Yeah,
I
then we're
think.
just cleared out. Like we're just out. And I'm like, well, shit,
you
we're
just
way
left.
too far out.
You left Rodney out.
I left Rodney out. Yep. Well, he wasn't in our chat all night, so I had no idea.
At this
Tyler
point, I was like,
screaming stagger.
yeah,
Oh,
staggered.
Stagger. I was coming though. I made that move on him. Colin follows me, and then the caution comes here right here. I was like, damn it.
This is where
That's
we
where
got
all
banged.
hell.
Yeah, see, it happens up top, and then they,
Yep, there it
they
is.
stack up.
No shit.
Domestic
No.
terrorism.
Oh, they took out Tony Kibbett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
remember.
talk about that. That was pretty cool. I get a little sidetracked, but appreciate the broadcasters taking the time to do their tribute to Tony's friend who passed away.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was a pretty cool thing that they
Really cool
did.
to see.
He was running a special paint scheme for him, and it was really nice of Kenneth and the guys there in the broadcast booth. So I really do appreciate that. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that at some point.
Yeah, it was.
Beautiful car, too.
It was a nice car paint scheme. Whoever painted that for him, probably Sanchez, right? I would assume.
I think Tony does his own.
Oh, Tony does his own. Good
I
shit.
think Sanchez does all the DBR, and then Tony does his own. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
I didn't even realize that was going on until I watched back the broadcast. I thought that was a really cool touch.
Yeah, I remember
That's-
seeing the little emblem on his car.
He had the 96 on the roof.
Yeah. Did he have the 96? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I almost hit him with a paint violation for that.
Sure hit me with a fucking paint violation, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was so mad.
Yeah.
Fucking-
I don't
sitting there-
think everybody was seeing a white car though. I think some people were seeing
No, I
your
was seeing
paint.
your 88.
It was-
No,
it
I
was
seeing
the-
88.
It was, yeah, because I was seeing the black 88 car. That's what we
It's a
told him at
no-go
the
cup.
beginning.
Yeah.
And the spec
uh,
map was the one that we were all supposed to run, the team paint, but
I was scrambling trying to get some type of a paint for the Twitter image. I never posted that, did I?
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody did. I retweeted it, so.
Yeah, you can normally tell who does the tweets.
Oh,
If it's literate,
I
it's
get
me. If it's some mumbo jumbo bullshit, it's the Sar.
I know Kyle was out there the next day, lighting up Twitter.
That was
Yeah.
the worst part about wrecking him, dude. Is the next day was his 21st birthday, and I didn't know it. He was like, "Yep, I turned 21 in 14 minutes." And I'm
Oh
like,
shit!
I'm 2 minutes removed.
Man,
from
if
his
I-
birthday.
Happy
I'm like,
birthday.
Happy
Kyle,
birthday.
happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday,
If,
15th place.
man, if I knew
Birthday
that, I would have
cocksucker.
taken out Tyler, so you could have won, man.
Yeah, I didn't say nothing. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything because I was like, I'm gonna jake myself if I say something. Oh, it's my 21st tomorrow. I'm gonna win the fucking race.
Push me extra hard.
Yeah, push me hard. I'm gonna win. Nah, I didn't say nothing. 'Cause I was like, well,
I'm gonna tell you.
if I win, I'd be like, oh, cool. But,
I know I got 2 other teammates in the chat. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not gonna do that again. That was me trying to repay a favor to Kyle for pushing me and not passing me at Talladega last year. It's not happening again. I'm fucking going high. I'm passing all 3 of y'all.
all right, I'll block your shit.
We'll do it again, dude. We'll do it again.
We'll do it again. We'll fucking do it again, all right? Fucking cocksucker.
Where's my microphone?
4, 5, 4.
4
Um,
wide.
I think I said it once.
we're
So I
5.
don't know.
we're
I can't.
4.
I didn't say with an A though.
Yeah. AH. Gotta have the AH. So obviously Daytona, season opener. That's all well and good. We got that done out of the way. Super Speedway race. Now we go to Auto Club. I don't know if anybody in here has practiced Auto Club. I have not been to Auto Club probably in about 10 months. So
Yeah, we haven't been there since race 1 of season 6. And we haven't been there.
That's
next
right,
year
we had
since,
the-
like, race 3 of season 5.
Yeah,
We had the duels there, right?
Yes,
Remember?
and the track has
Yeah.
ceased to exist.
It actually
in
turned
July.
out really well. Like, that's
Yeah.
such a good track.
that's a great
huge
track.
favors. Some of the guys in the league is a huge favorite. I
Yeah.
think the way it's scanned in iRacing creates some really good racing, especially early on. It's
Yeah.
just an area
Wide.
where
Auto Club's awesome just because it's so wide, but I feel like the banking just makes sense because, like, if you want to run the
I like it a
you can run-
lot better than Michigan, I tell you that much.
Yeah, like exactly. Turn 1. I mean, you can run every lane in turn 1. Like, I mean, you're not going to see a lot of people do it, but if you wanted to, you could ride up right against the wall. You run right down on the bottom, and like it's really fun. And it's similar in 3 and 4. I feel like 3 and 4 is a little bit different just because getting off the corner is a lot different than turn 2. But like overall, I think Auto Club it's always good to go to early in the season. I think when we had the most cars, and it's just overall it should be pretty good.
that's how I try to build these schedules. Is I try to build them where the tracks that we have better races at, try to load them up early in the schedule because I think we have 9 or 10 rookies that raced Daytona, and obviously that's a huge attention point for anybody who runs a league is to try to get the guys that didn't run full time the year before to want to race and stay and find a way to keep them intertwined and create a community because we have a group of 25, 30 guys that we've raced together since season 3, and it's just trying to incorporate the new guys into that group and make them want to come out and race with us every week. And that's why we kind of have some of our better tracks early on, and why I got so frustrated in those off-season races when we had guys that have been here forever acting like jerk-offs. AJ.
He's gonna act like a jerk off every race.
I
now.
can't wait until we force Steven to
No
do
offense,
stonks.
but
I'm gonna send all the stonks in here, tell them all they have to show up, and I'm gonna make you deal with them.
Stonks podcast.
I love it. Let's do it. I'm in.
I'm gonna be so far away from that podcast. It's not even gonna be funny.
Just remember,
No,
guys,
we're gonna be in
this is
chat.
my fucking show, all right?
We're gonna be in chat.
No, it was Auto Club is one of, it's a sin that they got rid of it, but it is a great track, fun track. It produces some intense racing at times. I mean, a lot of the times you're trying to side draft and do what you can. I mean, the draft obviously is pretty powerful at Auto Club. I don't know if they changed it since the last time I've been there, but I know it was last time I was there. and I know my dad brought up the chat. He asked it like 3 times in the chat so far tonight. Tire wear is a part of every track that we go to, and it will be especially crucial at Auto Club. So it'll be interesting. I'm actually looking forward to it because I haven't been at Auto Club since the update with the. Jesus fucking Christ! I keep hitting the mic.
With the progressive
The fucking
track.
dynamic track. So I'm looking forward to
dynamic
see
track.
how that works. Middle lane, bottom lane, top lane. See what works throughout the race as the race goes on. Because we are there for how many laps?
I believe it's 125.
125. It's gonna be.
That's what we normally do.
It's gonna be 125 of craziness. That's what I'm expecting.
I think a big part of the tire wear is because of long green flag runs. So, yeah, you really got to save because you get a lot of green flag
Yeah, we
runs.
got
It can get
really
some
long
route
one
really
last
quick
season.
there. Yeah.
You'll probably see early on. A lot of people will probably because is the race going to transition from day to night, or is it just going to?
No,
be
I
day?
believe it's
Just gonna be day?
all daytime.
Yeah, so I mean, there'll be a little bit less grip than usual,
Francisco
but
fixed the time, so let me check real quick.
more than likely,
It was.
probably
I think it was in the middle of the day when I looked.
Yeah,
at it.
green flag
I think
is
it's
1 o'clock.
Afternoon.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it'll probably be pretty competitive on restarts. I mean, that's usual though with these cars.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll probably get single filed out just because, at least for my last time racing with these cars, everyone will really get single filed out on the front stretch, and you'll just be in a massive line. And then once you get a little bit further and further in the race, some of those cars are not going to be able to hold a certain line, and they'll start drifting up, and that's when you have to make your moves. So, but overall, I don't know if you could really put a better track second in the schedule, just because I feel like it's a great intermediate between Daytona and every other track. I mean, it's still a little bit drafty, but at the same time, it's at least it puts some strategy. I think it's a pretty easy track not to make a lot of mistakes at.
Get us prepped for Bristol.
Major mistakes.
I was just looking at
Bristol being the third race makes
talking
me.
about how we have all
no.
these good tracks early, and then I look over, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I
Yeah,
missed
should we rewind?
We're talking about Bristol. What about Martinsville we put on the schedule?
Yeah,
Jeez,
Martinsville's
First-
not for a while.
Oh,
Is that the first time in 4 wide, though?
no.
Oh,
No, second? Okay.
Yes.
We
I
went
thought
to,
it was the first time in 4 wide.
No, it's
Yo,
the
see,
third time.
so you
Third
have to
First
put
time.
third 1, 2, and now 7.
you have to put Martinsville. You have to put Martinsville in the middle of the schedule because you got all the fucking beef going on. So you got to have the
How about we just
beefs.
take Martinsville and just shove it out of
A
the
little retaliation race.
Yeah,
Chicago
the last
Street-
Martinsville race was not good in season 2. We had
And that was all
13
guys.
drivers.
Was that in the Premier Series, or was that in...
Yeah, it
that was
was.
in Wednesday.
Okay.
It was
Be
like
the survival of the fittest.
For the record, the final results were Zudi, Roman Long, myself, Craig, and Brandon Gillis in 5th. The race took 2 hours and 35 minutes, 295 laps out of the scheduled 250, I think we did. We had 31 cautions for 155 laps. But the reason Martinsville's back is because so many people wanted Martinsville. That's every year at the end of the season I do a postseason survey for all the guys in the league to give their suggestions, and everybody was saying go to Martinsville. Now, when I say everybody, do I mean one specific team and their minions? Yes. We put Atlanta 08 on the schedule for a specific team because they want it bad and all their minions, and so
I'm just happy Loudon's in this schedule, man. If I can get to come home.
I love New Hampshire.
Me
I
too.
hate
I
that
love
place.
New
It's a
Hampshire.
fucking great track.
Turn into a bass fishing
That
tournament.
place
Stop
is a
that.
parking lot.
No, it's Darlington. We need to fill Darlington with.
Oh,
No,
whoa,
let's
No,
keep-
no,
whoa,
Oh, no.
whoa.
Keep Darlington.
Hold on. Kyle has a win there.
I do.
Kyle
I
should
do.
have too.
I should have too. Thanks, Reedy.
I should have had a top 6 at Darlington. Thanks, Reedy.
Hey,
Somebody
shout out to the Twitch out there. I forgot to call out these follows. Careful Son, Trip for Heisman, and Jay Gamer and Bandit. Appreciate the follows. Talking 4 wide here, baby. Talking 4 wide. For a while.
For a
Wait,
while.
For a while.
J- Jaden, your brother wants to hear you more. You're too quiet for your
Yeah,
brother.
Jay, you need to speak up.
I'll speak up at some point, I guess.
I gotta ask him specific questions.
We got fucking Auto Club coming up. How you feeling, bro?
Jaden, what's your thoughts on the concrete tracks, Jaden? I gotta know.
Oh,
That.
I love those. We need more of those.
Jaden, who taught you how to race?
You did, actually.
Thank you.
Why aren't you on their team anymore? Why did you go solo this year, Mikey?
That's actually a really good question. I don't know why. I always love just being on my own team, and I've always done. Like it's just a thing. So last year, I joined. I really wanted to race. I couldn't. It was out of my control that I couldn't race, and so I just feel like I'm able to learn more by myself. I guess, because when you have other people around you, it's just during races, people screaming in your ear. A lot of people don't mind that. It drives me nuts.
Kyle, something not in your head. You're the screamer.
Tyler, you got anybody screaming in your ear?
We're not getting into that.
I shouldn't have said this because he's gonna be coming into my freaking race chat now in the middle of the race and screaming at me.
I'll do it.
It's just something that I think is gonna be beneficial for me, just so I can run a little bit better.
I completely get that.
Yeah,
I have a whole mute button on my wheel for when I have one teammate crying about being third, and the other one so drunk that he doesn't know where he's at.
It's also just
And
like
then they start arguing.
I just want to see how good I could do overall.
Damn you, Craig.
Only one driver, but at the same time, at least adds a little bit of diversity to the teams and everything. So
Talking about, go ahead, Kyle.
I said I got a little fun story. So I remember a certain race at Phoenix last year. A certain driver was in front of me, going into turn. I think it was turn 3 or turn 1. I'm not gonna say who it was in front of me, but it was a certain driver that's in this podcast right now.
I think I know who it is.
I took his shit out. I fucking just overdrove the center energy core, and I just took out Mikey. Like I legit just bumped this shit.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, that's not the Phoenix race. I thought we were talking about.
I remember because I remember you put up the wanted poster after.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Nah, I mean,
Is that hack news?
Yeah.
Mikey's always been sneaky fast. He's always been up front. I remember one of his first races that he ran with us was at Bristol a couple seasons ago, and this mug was just out there dominating shit. And I was just amazed, and I'm excited to have him here. Hopefully, running as full of a schedule as he can run.
Yeah, full time.
Yeah, he wrecked me that race.
Kyle wrecks a lot of people, a lot of races.
Oh no, I mean Mikey at Bristol.
Oh, did I?
Did he?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
checks out.
We can talk about the other
Yeah,
Phoenix race.
I,
Talked about it last week, but-
How about the season 5 Phoenix race?
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
Greg.
it's
I'm
not
from
Phoenix
Henry.
race.
So a
Mr.
certain
Lance
driver,
Hill.
yeah, certain driver, Lance Hill, non-driving.
Damn.
I'm not gonna say that.
He's not listening.
Yeah, he ain't listening. He wrecked Cody Kinsey in front of me, and I've said way too many expletives that I cannot repeat on this podcast. So,
Who did that open up the championship for in season 5?
Brandon T. Banks.
No, that sent him to the championship. Who wound up winning the championship because you didn't get the bonus points?
Oh,
He's in this chat.
oh yeah, that's how Jane won the
Oh,
championship.
I did.
Yeah, season 5 champion. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make Jaden talk. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
One of the most Alex Bowman style, honestly.
Yeah, you got the personality of
What's up,
Alex Bowman. Open your mouth, boy. Get talking.
Hey,
Oh,
he's the one with the most personality on the Hendrick team. The
that's
other
true.
ones don't talk at all.
You think he has more personality than Larson?
Yeah. He's more funnier than Larson.
He's definitely more characteristic.
Hasn't been in a
than
fight
Larson.
like Larson.
He is kind of
Larson
blah,
wasn't in a
though.
fight. Larson
Somet-
was pushed.
Sometimes he's like,
If you
I-
count Charlotte 2019 with Bubba Wallace, then I guess that's kind of a fight, I guess. I don't know.
But he fought him
Oh,
twice.
Bowman? No, Bowman.
Yeah.
He got water thrown at him when he was
Yeah,
When
not
Bowman
really a
was
fight,
out of
but-
gas. I wish I could throw some water on people in this league at the end of the race.
Yeah,
The worst? Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say the only moment that I could think of that's actually made me super mad is like I mean even Kyle, he wrecked me at Phoenix. It was like whatever, But I came in one race last year, and it was at Chicago, and I ran really good that race. I think I was running top 5. I think that's like my only ever top 5 in the league. And I'm sitting here running, and I'm on newer tires. I have the newest tires out of anyone. I'm going down the backstretch, and I believe it was Eric Schaefer. I'm going down. He turns right across my nose and puts me all the way down on the bottom. He comes over the mic and is like, he said something to me. And man, it pissed me off. And I remember I rode his ass into turn 3 and like set him up the track. And he comes up, and then I get a message. Y'all might know I know Alex Huffman at all.
Yeah.
Huffman sends me a message, and he's like, "I swear, if you don't wreck him by the end of this race," and I'm like, "Man, I'm not that mad," but I was, because it was on the broadcast too, and I'm just like, I sent him into turn 3. And that was the only time I was actually mad, because I had so much quicker tires, and there was like 60 laps to go.
That's funny. Schaefer's never had that effect on anybody else.
No, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told Schaefer at the Charlotte off-season race that I was wrecking in the first chance I had in the season. I'm pretty sure he like wrecked down into the grass and came all the way up the track and put me in the wall, and I was like 4 cars behind him. I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Somebody's gonna have to start with Schaefer so I can get him on here, because I need an unhinged Schaefer on the podcast.
Benson and Schaefer never had words.
We'll kill 2 birds with one stone. I'll give you AJ and Schaefer 1 week.
Perfect.
It's gonna happen at some point.
Sounds like a fucking blast.
Stonks and Schaefer on the same broadcast.
Now, you know what we need to do? This is who we're gonna line up. We're gonna have just we're gonna line it up with a UFC fight, like a John Jones fight or some shit, and the undercard's gonna be Curtis Kelly versus Eric Schaefer. We're just gonna have them duke it out and scream at each other, because it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the funniest goddamn thing ever.
Who's gonna be the main event?
Yeah. Well, you know, we're not gonna let them throw haymakers.
Why not?
Well, Eric wrecked me 3 weeks in a row in TNR, so that was fun.
I'll talk about it.
Well, according to Larson, he didn't touch you.
My dick and ball.
Benson, you ever had a run-in with Schaefer?
Here, let me pull up my fucking scroll here.
Let me get my photo album.
Yeah, IRP Trucks, I had a run-in with him. I called him an idiot, and I told him he never learns.
Oh, yeah, wasn't I running 3rd and you guys took me out in your dumb shit?
Yeah,
possibly.
Because
I think that was like the 3rd week in a row, wasn't it, Benson?
Me and Chris were addicted to
that
running
you were leading?
IRP.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Me and Chris are so good at IRP, it's not even funny.
Other ones, I know me and Schaefer just run each other like shit. Pretty much any. Here's one. Here's a little throwback. Season 2 ARCA, where I dumped this shit for the win at Richmond. That's a little throwback. If you guys want to find, that's on the KB on Racing Network. Find that one. What else? I don't know. We've had a few.
It's just. I mean, with how many races we've all done together, like it's almost
bound to happen.
Have run-ins with each other.
It's bound to happen.
Bottom line,
I believe I'm in DBR's soundboard. I believe.
Are you?
Really?
Not my voice. Them calling me a fucking idiot or something like that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I told Schaefer that like he wrecks me every single week, and that was when it was bad.
Fucking cocksucker.
I told Kip, I was like, just give me the EOL, because I'm just gonna not stop for the rest of the night.
So Eric Schaefer actually has the 8th most amount of starts in 4-wide history. So that's how long he's been here. And AJ's in 9th. They have 150. Eric has 150. AJ has 145, and I think they've ran into each other 144 of those races.
They have.
Who has the most incident points? If you can look at that. Just curious.
All
in 4-wide history?
Might be me or Tyler. I don't know.
Me, but I also have 243 starts. If we're doing instance per start, let's see. Let's find the first one that has like a significant amount of starts.
I'm gonna guess. Lance?
It's somebody who's not still here.
Oh.
It's somebody who has been completely banned from the league.
Oh shit!
Got kicked all the way out. He ran 27 races and won. He only has one win. Jacob Smith has one win.
Oh shit.
I thought
I'm not really sure.
He averages 16 and a half incidents per 4-wide start.
That makes a lot of sense.
He's my buddy though. I like the Smith boys. It's just things didn't work out. Coming in P2 with significant starts and incidents, averaging 14.9. It's your boy Stovetop Lasagna.
Oh no!
Robert Ballard Jr.
The legend, the legend
Bring him
of
back.
Robert Ballard.
Bring him back. Where is he? Where is
Steve,
Robert Ballard Jr.?
Steven,
He
you
went
should have
military, didn't he?
Ballard. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he was the biggest character. He lived in a trailer, not like a double wide, like a pull behind trailer. And I don't remember what happened. We were all drunk one weekend. We were playing video games. I think we were playing
Minecraft. Yeah.
We were hammered and we were playing Minecraft. And he hopped in chat and asked if he could play. And he turned his camera on, and this boy had about 4 stovetop lasagnas just sitting on top of the stove behind him. And we never let it go. He looked exactly like the person you would expect to have.
I think they had mold on him.
He was a good kid, though.
They
had
were
mold
there for like
on
2
him.
weeks.
Yeah, it didn't move for like 2
That's
weeks.
he couldn't stop running people over in mark break situations. Let's see.
His friend was pretty funny too.
No. Nah, I do not. I'm not going to say his name because he's changed his name on iRacing to not be found on Facebook and yada yada. All this. He thinks people are stalking him. He keeps popping up. He's on some team now, and he's got 700 iRating. I don't want to bring that guy up.
Yeah.
Damn, 700 iRating. That's
Credit score.
Yeah, he's on his
Pretty
way,
strong.
dude.
He's working towards being a Coke driver.
a good credit score, man.
That kid got mad because Craig was trying to go
Not
to the
get
back in
bump
Talladega,
draft in 27th or whatever it
and the kid
was.
just turned him, and Craig screamed at him, and he was on stream. That's my favorite, is when people stream and then they get wrecked. Just go back and hear what they had to say. Bring
My
back Ken
God.
MacArthur.
Where is that dude? Where is Ken? I don't
know.
There's a lot of dudes I wonder about. Like Pete Bruni. I don't know where the hell he went.
Had a lot of random people.
I got Ken on Facebook. I think he's doing a lot of stuff with his family now.
That's fair.
I mean, he's a good dude. I'd like to have him back. I wonder what race we're going to see our Scott Healy return this year.
I don't know. That depends. He won race.
Do we go to Chicago?
Stempian and Scott Healy are like the same person, except Scott Healy's an alcoholic.
They're both from that area.
Shit.
Fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, you're both from up in New England. We'll probably see him by New Hampshire. We'll probably see him show up in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
He'll probably message me. Can I race? Yeah, dude, go for it.
The parking lot.
But no, I mean we've had so many drivers through this league. It's hard to keep track of them all. But
I think it's a great group right now.
I wouldn't trade the group we had for anything in the history of 4-wide. You know, we could race around it. Like Steven said, you know, we could drive 4-wide at Daytona and not clean each other all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll bump off each other, but we're not going to wreck. And, you know, that's really hard to find a group of guys that you can race like that with, because there's other leagues that have been in existence for multiple seasons that may or may not be closing down. I don't want to get anybody in trouble here, but you watch them try to do some of the shit that we do, and they wreck each other, and it's like, I just kind of stumbled into this shit. I'm not even the original owner of the league. We got a bird in the room.
Oh no! I saw something happen. I don't know what happened.
He's getting nervous.
I was expecting a ban or somewhere. So, no comment.
We can't have that.
Kenneth is here. What's up, Kenneth? Yeah, that's another huge factor why this league is where it is. A lot of drivers have come in because of Kenneth. I know his whole team showed up because of them, and you know, just based on who he is and what he broadcasts over all of his different races,
if I'm choosing a league, I'm looking at who the broadcaster is, and if it's Kenneth, you bet your ass I'm gonna try to be in it.
That's
Yeah.
probably
And Kenneth's worked with
over
some,
50% of the league that we have, or because who's broadcasting it.
and Kenneth's worked with some really, good I mean, I think he said he worked with Rudy. Rudy and I, when he was with
Max Speed.
Max Speed TV. I knew Rudy probably I met him probably 2017, 2018
He's a
through a
good
few of the people. And he always kept everything really organized, and all the broadcasters that worked for him, I knew a lot of them, and they were all really, really good at it. And, even back then, in 2018, when you didn't have all the really cool, graphics and stuff that you could just click up. I mean, you still had all the really cool stuff, but I mean, always really quality. And Kenneth, I think, had a lot of people to learn from, and I think the broadcasts now are amazing.
That is just constantly
I
evolving.
love just going back and watching. There's always something new, the double-sided camera.
He's
was
constantly
awesome.
evolving
Really
and
cool
adding
thing that
new
they did
stuff.
this week.
It's always exciting too. I think Kenneth just has a really good voice for it as well. It just makes it exciting. We could just be single file doing something, and someone just barely goes out of line, and it makes it I got to look up and see what's happening. And it just
it's very
overall the
talented.
broadcasts are amazing.
The story of how we
everyone
even
in the
got Kenneth is kind of crazy too, though, because we after season 1 we had one owner, and we had a different owner in season 1, and he for the All-Star race that season had a different channel, Speed Racing Network, go and broadcast our All-Star race. We all liked it so much that we gathered the money together, and we paid them for the last 5 races of the season I think we had, and we wanted to bring them on for season 2, and right a month before season 2 was coming up, the old owner Roman messaged me. He was like, "Dude, now that the pandemic's over, I have a second kid on the way. I just don't have time to do iRacing, but I don't want to see this league shut down." He's like, "I think you can do it. Do you want to take it over?" And I took it over, and I was like, "All right, cool." One of my first things was let's secure a broadcast. Let's get this together. Let's get a broadcast. So I messaged the guys from Speed Racing Network, and they were like, "Nah, we're gonna go independent. We're gonna run our own series of leagues, and we're not gonna have time to broadcast you on Wednesday." I was like, "Ah, shit." So I went on the iRacing forums, and I was just messaging everybody on there trying to find something. And I'd always watched Max Speed TV from the Nork days, and I was like, you know what? Let me just shoot a feeler out here to the guys over at Max Speed TV. I was like, there's no chance that we're gonna be able to get on Max Speed TV, but let me try. And Rudy answered me back almost immediately, and he's like, surprisingly, I have a new guy that I'm bringing on. He's never broadcasted like that before, and Wednesday's his open day. He was like, I can set you up with him, and that's how we got set up with Kenneth. And just, as he grew, we grew, and it's me and Kenneth talk about it all the time about how special of a feeling that is. I know that he takes a lot of pride in the league, and I take a lot of pride in watching him progress in other leagues and do big things like Monday Night Racing and all that, and start being on the iRacing official YouTube channel for broadcasts for the Pro Series and stuff like that. It's just, it means a lot to grow with somebody like that, and it can't be stated in words how important he was to the success of this league.
It's the reason why he's a GOAT.
Just
Just
a little story to kind of go along with that. One night we were all in Discord together. It was a while ago, probably 2 years ago, and Kenneth was calling a race with Dale Jr. and I think it was a Monday night racing, and we were all going nuts. We were like, "Kenneth's calling Dale Jr. That's awesome." And it was a really cool thing.
Yeah.
But Kenneth's meant a lot to this league.
When he's done it, I know at some point in his life, he's gonna
Not
have
have
his
time
career,
for old
and he's not gonna
401.
have time to sit here and do the iRacing broadcasts, and that's honestly gonna be one of my biggest fears. I might have to move down to the Miami-Dade area, and just so I can see him on the news channel doing all of his broadcasts.
I don't know, man. Once you have that passion, you don't really lose that passion, no matter what time.
I have a good little story. I have a good little story too. So I went to PRI last year, and Podium Racing had their nice little little booth there. I was like, hey, I know that Kenneth was broadcaster for Podium at one point, and I literally went there and I was like, hey, I talked to I can't remember the dude who was running Podium at that time. But he was like, I was talking to him. He was saying, he was like, hey, you know Kenneth, and I was like, yeah, he knows Kenneth. He does broadcasting for us. He's like, yeah, he does a little league 4-wide. I was like, oh shit, I know that league because Kenneth.
Because you run it.
He kind of done it for 7 seasons.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, people like that are like, holy shit, this is like, this the person who runs Podium Racing knows about 4-wide racing, a little niche community that just runs free on Wednesdays. Like, I mean, it's shit like that. I mean, because like you said though, like Kenneth is probably one of the biggest reasons why we are.
He's one of the biggest voices in iRacing.
Yeah, which is insane to talk about.
Yeah, just to think that a group of drunks can manage to have him broadcast their league is amazing.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see that because like he's super humble. He's like, oh yeah, it's like dude, we understand if like you want to go do something else. I mean, we get it. Like you have so much things going on in your life now. But he's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna still run Wednesdays. It's like, sweet. He's very very humble. And every time I've talked to him, he's just like, yeah, he's happy. Like he literally was like, hey, wish you had a birthday. Like I hope you had a good one. It's like he's out of the blue on I think it was like a Tuesday. He's like, hey, you had a birthday like at like midnight. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, it's pretty cool. But like, yeah, overall, dude, he's just a great dude, and I really hope that he gets everything he's asking for in life because he's definitely one of those dudes that deserves it.
I wouldn't be surprised if one day, like, oh yeah, I'm getting called up by CW or Fox or somebody.
Let him replace Josh.
Like, I think he could go as far as he wants to take it.
Honestly. No, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We were watching college football on Saturday. And Josh Sims was on the sideline reporting one of the games.
That's pretty funny.
He ain't even really NASCAR.
Yeah.
I think this will help grow the league too. I think the podcast is going to be a great thing. I appreciate Stemp doing it, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah, you got a good thing here, and I think this is going to help the league grow also.
I appreciate it. This is
you
guys helped me bring it back because it was dead for a while. I mean, I had a lot of things going on, but
I've watched it religiously when you were with the Max Pappas and now Sunoco. I've watched it, and I think it's an awesome production, and you do a great job with it, and I think it'll help grow the league for sure.
I appreciate it.
I definitely like it. And it's something that, when you were here in season 5, I think you had just started doing it, like when you and all your buddies had shut down for the season of 4-wide. All your friends went and started running something else, and you were like, I don't know. And then you started making like the podcast on Wednesdays. I think you were doing them, and I was like, damn, that would have been nice.
Yeah, everybody left me that season. I'm like, I can't fucking be by myself all season long. And then we started doing the podcast over there. And, my whole thing of bringing this to life was, some guys don't really get mic time on broadcasts, so fans of the league don't really get to hear from drivers that, you don't know anything about. You know what I mean? That was my whole vision of doing this podcast, getting people together and getting people to, be heard and be seen by people that, put a face to a name. In this case, a picture to a name for Jaden, but voice, at least, to a name. But, that was one thing I've always, one thing I do is I study a lot of like broadcast. Like I'll sit back and I'll watch a broadcast, over and over again. All right, so this happened. Oh, this guy didn't get any airtime. It's like shit like that sucks. It's like you're racing for 4 hours, 3 hours. You don't get any mic time. Your family, your dad, your mother, your wife, whatever, like girlfriend, kids, watching you. You don't get any mic time. Well, let's do a podcast that'll do something like that. And half of that's because Dale Jr., obviously, with his thing going on, the GOAT. It's like, shit, I could do that. I could come on here and get some guys together and shoot the shit for a couple hours. I'm a talker. I'm a sales guy. Been a sales guy for fucking 10 plus years.
Yeah, city.
That's why Lawson likes coming on here so much.
Long-winded. Me and Lawson could talk all night, But you
I
can
think
see
Murray.
you can see where I'm wearing
He
Lawson
kinda
down
took that
though.
title for like the first hour. I was just sitting here just chilling. He's like just talking all the time. Like,
I think Murray might be able to compete with him though.
Oh yeah, I just don't get interviewed as much. I gotta get all out. I gotta get all out of my preseason interview.
And we
And
got
maybe my one super speedway win every other season.
long-winded Murray now.
Yeah.
Stop drinking the Trulies. Schaefer, man,
Who's drinking Trulies?
let me tell you, I'm drinking this.
That's-
So they had it in the summer, and it was red, white, and blue. But they have this special thing for 4th of July. I found one of the last packs remaining, but it's called Cotton Candy, and it is one of the best fucking tasting Trulies I've ever had in my life. It is fucking phenomenal. It reminds me of a slush, like a Richdale slush. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's pretty big up here. A Richdale slush.
What's the normal drink in the glass, Stamp?
Oh, me? I'm
Is it
drinking
bourbon. Is it bourbon?
I'm drinking Proper 12. I gotta drink my
All right,
Conor
all
McGregor whiskey.
Yeah.
That is
All
my
right.
that is my drink of choice.
I thought it was probably a bourbon.
I'm going straight to Proper 12, and that
whiskey.
is it.
All right.
I love Peel. Stempian's best in my post race interview length records. No, man, no. You still hold that title, buddy.
I'm gonna get drunk one weekend and go back and time how long Lawson's interviews were. We're gonna have like a longest interview length. I think the longest one's
Have a
gotta be
supercut.
22 and a half
Man.
minutes, dude.
There is nothing worse than finishing behind him in my other league, and you're fucking.
Waiting for
I'm
your
waiting
interview.
for him, and I'm like, this motherfucker. I want to go to bed. I didn't win, number one, because I'm behind you. I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's move along.
Oh, that's the best.
That's why I race him so hard, because I fucking don't want to be behind him.
Be in
Yeah, I want to be sitting there for 15 minutes waiting for him to finish his speech.
Wreck him just so you can go to bed.
I swear he takes notes during the race. He's racing. He's over here. He's got his notepad. He's watching. I
Talk
got to
about
jot
this
that
on
down.
line 24.
It's like this
Dude's
guy.
got a lot of talent. He probably can
Fucking-
drive with
oh,
2
man.
eyes on a notepad.
Eyes closed. Wheel. Pen. Fucking.
He probably takes the wheel off and drives it like Junior did in one race. So
I can sit there.
grabbing that knob.
He says, "Fuck it. If I wreck, I'll blame it on somebody's internet."
Fucking Reedy.
Shit. All right, well.
Well,
Anything else you want to talk about, big man?
I guess now we're good. We covered everything. Obviously, I hope we have a good race tomorrow night. We'll be back here next week recapping and looking forward to Bristol, because that's gonna be a show and a half. Can't wait for that.
You know what you should do? This might be a pretty cool segment to do with the guests. You should make them all make a prediction on how they're going to run at the upcoming race. Make everybody call their shot.
Let's start it now. All right. So, what is everybody's feelings towards Auto Club?
I'm gonna pass 19 cars in the first 10 laps, and then I'm gonna go straight to the back. And I'm gonna
Just gonna pass 19 and get passed by 29. It's crazy.
Yes, pretty much. I'm gonna finish like high 30s. Who going next? Somebody else go.
I think I'll run up front most of the night, I think. The last time I ran the next gen car there, I was pretty much in the top 7 the whole race, so I think we'll have a pretty good shot at winning the race tomorrow.
Hold on. Everybody, time out. They got an ad. Fucking cocksuckers out there, stupid Twitch.
That's Keelan. That's the new broadcaster.
Did they get to hear Tyler before the ad?
I don't even know. I didn't even catch. I just
I
saw
don't
it.
It's the broadcaster. I don't want to. I don't want to. know.
Jaden finally spoke, and we got an ad.
Yeah.
Jaden gets some airtime, and we get an ad. Stupid ad.
You guys got a sub, bro.
Hopefully, it was B-dubs again. All right, Jaden, we'll go again.
I think I'll run up front most of the night tomorrow. Auto Club's pretty fun in the next gen with the draft, and kind of have to save tires, and you still need to keep track of this. You can't go back to 15th and find your way to second or third within 20 laps. So I think I'll run up front most of the night and hopefully not have any internet connections that Lawson can blame me for.
Don't let anybody use the microwave.
Oh no, that's the other guy, not me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the other guy.
I think we're probably gonna qualify like crap. Find some weird tire saving, strategy late in the race, and it's gonna be too late to get inside the top 10. And I don't know, like 15th or something. It's usually what happens to me at Auto Club.
All right. I guess I'll go. I'm not going to try to predict any kind of position. Tire saving is probably my best trait, so I'm going to say that probably towards the end of the race will be the best position I'm in all night. But not going to try to predict any kind of position. Just hope to make it to the end of the race and finish mid-pack or so.
Tyler, Mikey, who wants it?
I'm gonna win.
There you go.
If I don't fucking win, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed in myself. So I mean, going into every race, I'm gonna win it. I know no one's faster than me if I can put my head to it, so I'm gonna win it.
Got Ricky Bobby here.
Kyle turned the lights off. I think
If you ain't first, you're last. Benson.
No.
Tyler's in the dirt, or Murray's Benson in the dirt.
I guess I'll be honest. I'll probably run up front, bitch about it because Lawson throws me like shit 'cause the arrow blocks me, and then I'll probably either A, run up front, lead laps, wreck myself, or B, I'll come out of the shadows because I've qualified dog shit, drive my way up to about 4th or 5th, and get wrecked by somebody. So it's just
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You gotta see my teammate's gonna wreck somebody while I'm leading with 2 to go, and then I'm gonna be screwed because I don't pit because my crew chief's gonna be shot. So I don't know. We're just gonna do what we usually do: save tire.
Save tire, baby. Save tire.
And just see.
I do have one more prediction for that race.
I'm gonna say mine real quick. So me and Auto Club do not get along. I just pulled up my stats in any league that I've ever been in Auto Club, and this is the finish order for me: 22nd, 26th, 23rd, 30th, 1st, and 2nd. The funny thing about the 1st and 2nd, I qualified 2nd, I finished 2nd. I qualified 1st, and I finished 1st. So I guess I got to qualify 1st. Yeah, me and Auto Club, I usually get hooked at Auto Club. It's been a tradition of mine. I get hooked by somebody side driving the shit out of me on the backstretch. That's happened 3 of the last 4 times I've been at Auto Club. So my prediction is I'm probably going to get wrecked because I won last week. So that's my prediction for the race.
Any predictions on who's first out of the race?
Well, actually, funny story about that. Season 5, the last time we took the next gen to Auto Club, there was a 25-point penalty handed out for actions detrimental. I don't know what he did, but it was to AJ Green. So I think AJ Green's going to win the race.
That's enough.
That was when him and Newball got into it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
What happened?
When AJ and Newball got into it at Auto Club.
I don't remember that.
So my final prediction on this, the guy that predicted Reedy being in the catch fence by lap 80-something last week, I believe Tyler Murray will have the Discord chat muted by lap 20.
Yes.
Because he will be sick of us talking shit in Discord.
I wasn't the initial one who predicted the lap 89. I just did it on the broadcast.
Okay.
That was Kyle. Kyle predicted it. He was trying to talk it into an existence through a Snapchat conversation.
I still believe you will have us muted by lap 20.
Listen, for the record, I just want you and Craig to know it's not you two that are the problem. You fucking meatball.
Problems.
The guy in the dark.
Yeah. I'm in the dark. What do you mean? I've been in the dark the whole time.
We can see your face. Oh, there's Benson.
Yeah, I'm in the dungeon.
That's his rosy red cheeks.
Yeah.
His girlfriend put him in the dungeon.
So, Czar Benson, any announcements on the old mini stock league?
Oh Jesus. So that I'd like to start it probably like in October. I'm revamping the
Fucking
schedule.
cocksucker.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yes, supposedly there's rumblings of a 4-wide mini stock series. I'd like to start it sometime in October. It would just run like Tuesdays, maybe. But since we're doing DTH on Tuesdays, it might get changed or it might not exist. I'm not sure yet. I know I will at least run a few races that will be mini stock related. I don't know if I'm going to hold points or it might just be a fun run. It might be actual series. I don't know. That's more or less time will tell.
Before we do leave, I know there's a lot of people asking for power rankings
Yes.
this past
Murray.
week.
Murray.
Oh, he just went completely dark. It's okay.
Who are we talking to?
Who's the guy that runs the power rankings here? We gotta have that for the show maybe next week. We'll have a premiere for it next week. Sound good? We'll give him a week.
You can't
Maybe
power
we
rank
had to
off
have
of Daytona.
a.
You cannot
we-
power rank off of Daytona.
No, but a lot of guys wanted it, so apparently you can.
Maybe that needs to be part of the race review next week.
I say we do it. We'll make it as a weekly segment on here for power rankings. We'll have a nice little graphic.
Oh, well, we can reveal them on here so I don't have to type
Yeah.
the whole article.
Perfect.
I'm more likely to do them if I don't have to type an article.
And we'll do them with the race review.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
If I'm not number one, it's
Should we
rigged.
break that down? You want me to fucking? Nah, I don't want to break down the race review. Maybe
Well-
next time.
It is 11:06 on the East Coast. We're going to let everybody get to bed. It has been a pleasure. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on. Obviously,
Thank you.
catch us tomorrow night on Kenneth's network. Somebody posted that in the chat for me, so those guys watching out there can watch our race tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time at Auto Club. We're looking forward to that race. And appreciate the chat. YouTube, Twitch. Stupid ads. Cocksuckers. We made 10. Woohoo. Till next week. You guys all have a great week. Enjoy the show tomorrow night. Peace out. Love y'all. DTH. Dropping the hammer. Out.
Peace. Thanks, Snip.
Peace.